Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be doing a deep dive into simple linear regression, and the purpose of this video is to help you understand the different parameters of a regression analysis model's output. So once you understand the different parameters and learn to interpret the different parameters of a regression analysis model, you'll be able to use it effectively in your other regression analysis problem statements as well. This is still a very useful model in the world of machine learning because of its high interpretability, and statisticians love this model because it can make proper business decisions by examining the different parameters, and it's very explainable. So let's dive right into it. But before we dive right into it, do not forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest of data analytics across different technologies. So this is my data set. We can see we have two variables, the X variable or the explanatory variable, and the Y variable or the dependent variable. So here we are trying to see if there's a relationship between the explanatory variable, the weight here, and the miles per gallon, the Y variable. And can we build a model to predict the Y variable or the miles per gallon as per the weight of the car? So let us do something. Let us split this data into the training and testing data, because when you test the model, it should be tested on data the model hasn't seen before while training. Only then you can know if your model is working well or not. Okay, so otherwise it will overfit the data. So let us take the first 20 rows for the building purpose and the remaining data for testing purpose. Okay, so let us select this now and go to insert and go to a scatter plot. Okay, now let us make this more visible. You can see the Y values are starting from above 20. So double click this and change the minimum bound to 20, and double click the X axis and change the minimal bound to 1000. Now you can see clearly there's a clear linear relationship and a downward trend. Okay, so there's a negative correlation. What it means is that as the weight increases, the miles per gallon decreases. Okay, so the heavier the car, the lesser is the miles per gallon. So that means this shows a good linear relationship, and that means we can build a model to model this data. So let's build this simple linear regression model and try to understand the different parameters of this model and what it means. Okay, so for that, click on data, data analysis, select regression, click OK. Click on this and now select the Y variable, that is the dependent variable, miles per gallon, including the column header. Then select the X variable, including the column header, Control Shift down. So click on labels and click on residuals, and you can name this reg1 or any other name you want to give so that the results are stored in a separate worksheet. Click on OK, and here are your results. Okay, let's make this more visible. Select this and double click. Now you can see the output. I'm going to delete these two because it's a repetition of these two and we don't want to take a look at this for now. So I'm deleting these columns to make the data less cluttery. Okay, and now let us take a look at interpreting the important output of the simple linear regression model. The first is the multiple R. Okay, so what does multiple R tell you? Multiple R tells you actually what is the correlation. Are these two variables correlated? And if you see here, the multiple R is 0.99. It's a value between 0 and 1. So 0.99 means if the value is closer to 1, meaning the two variables are highly correlated. And here you can see they are highly correlated, and the correlation is a negative correlation. Okay, that means as the weight increases, the miles per gallon decreases. Now adjusted the R squared, this tells you what is the percentage of variation in the Y variable that can be explained by the X variable. So is X variable a good predictor of the Y variable? In this case, the 99% of the variations in the Y variable can be explained accurately by the X variable. Okay, so 0.997 means 99% of the variations in the miles per gallon can be explained by the weight, and we have seen this truly here that as the weight increases, the miles per gallon is sensitive to the weight increase, and the miles per gallon decreases. So we can conclude the miles per gallon is the weight is a good predictor of the miles per gallon. Adjusted R square, we'll take a look in the multiple regression problems. The standard error is nothing but the RMS, that means the root mean squared value. We'll take a look at this in detail and how to calculate this as well. But for now, you can think this as a parameter to to check different models. So when you can use this as a comparative parameter, when you build different models, you can check whichever one has a lower RMSE value. So it can be used to compare the accuracy of the models. The one with the lower RMSE values is the better one. Okay. The ANOVA table we'll take a look at down the line in multiple regression, okay, because you need multiple parameters for that to understand. Now let us take a look at this table, and the important values are the p-value, okay. Now the p-value tells us, is the variable statistically significant, okay. In this case, here you can see that if this value is less than 0.05, that means the slope, this is the slope of the x variable. The slope of the x variable is statistically significant in making the predictions of the y variable if the other variables are held constant. Okay, here we have only the x intercept, I mean only the y intercept and the x variable. But if we have multiple variables, then the p-value tells us that the slope of the x variable can predict the variations in the y variable if the other variables are kept constant. And we'll see this more closely in multiple regression as well. So from this here you can understand that the slope of the weight or the coefficient of the weight is statistically significant in making predictions for the miles per gallon. And how to interpret this? You can interpret this in such a way that for every unit increase in weight, the miles per gallon decreases by minus 0.02 units. So in this case, for every kg increase in weight, the miles per gallon decreases by minus 0.02. So every kg the weight increases, the miles per gallon decreases by minus 0.02. Okay, this is the coefficient of the y-intercept. This also is statistically significant as it is less than 0.05, and this value is 6.77 into 10 raised to the power of minus 30. So it's less than 0.05. But in many cases, if the coefficient is statistically significant or not may not matter. You need to put in domain expertise here to understand that does it make sense or not. Let me give you an example. Let's go back to the data. In this case, the y-intercept means what is the value when x is 0. Okay, so where does this line intercept the y-axis when x is 0? Okay, so in this case we can see that, okay, the y-intercept is 59.239. So this means that when the weight of the car is 0, the miles per gallon is 59.239. But this doesn't make sense if we consider the domain, because no car can actually weigh 0 kilograms. It doesn't make sense. So the y-intercept, that means the miles per gallon in this case, is not important to consider whether the y-intercept is statistically significant or not. Okay, and the lower and upper 95% value means this tells you the range. That means with 95% probability, you can say that for every unit increase in the weight, the miles per gallon will decrease between this range, okay, between minus 0.02 to minus 0.01 with 95% probability or certainty. Okay. Now let us take a look. It has also generated the predicted values and the residuals. Let us copy this. Let us paste it here, and let us see how well the model fits the data. Okay, double click this. Let's see how well the model fits the data. Let's click on this, select chart design, select data, and let's add a new series. Click on this. Series name you can give as this one. Click on here and select the x values, that is the weight, and then select this and select the y values. That's the predicted miles per gallon. And click on OK. Okay. Now here you can clearly see. Let's shift this here. Let's add a legend. Okay. Let's move this to the top. Okay. Here you can clearly see the blue dots represent the actual miles per gallon, and the orange dots represent the miles per gallon predicted by the model. And you can see the model is actually a very close fit of the data. It's almost aligning with the blue dots. So the model is very good. Now let us test the accuracy of the model on data it hasn't seen before. So this is the test data which we had isolated earlier. The model has been trained on these 20 records. It has not seen this. So let's see how it does against the data it has not seen before. So let us take the coefficients from here, copy it in this sheet so that we can make predictions. I'm pasting it here. Okay. So now how to make predictions equal to, I will take the y-intercept and hit F4 to fix it because I don't want it to move down when I drag the formula below, plus the slope or the coefficient of the x-intercept. Fix this, hit F4, multiply by the x variable. Hit enter and double click this down. And now you can see you have got the predictions. Again, once again, let us try to add this and see the accuracy. Okay, this is your test data, and let's see how the model fits the data. Let's add another series, select data, and let's select the x variable here again, once again, and let's select the y variable or the predicted values. Click OK, and here you can see the model fantastically models the relationship, and it's very accurate. Okay, it's almost coinciding with the actual values of the test data, so it's very accurate, as we saw with the R squared. So I hope you like this simple linear regression video and I helped you understand the different parameters of simple linear regression. Once you understand these concepts, you can build upon these concepts to do complex regression analysis, build interpretable models, and understand other machine learning models as well. Leave a thumbs up and a comment on any other machine learning videos you want me to make in Excel, and I will do so. Stay tuned and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.